Hi friends, happy Wednesday. It is Chris here and I am hopping on the Awakened Yoga Collective to offer you a short little Kriya today. We've talked a little bit before about what Kriyas are. Kriyas are those complete sets of movement. And this Kriya that I'm going to offer you today is Sat Kriya. This it uses the mantra Sat Nam, which we use in pretty much all of the Kundalini that I teach. That Sat Nam simply translates to I am truth or I am light. And the meaning behind it is that understanding that the universe outside of us is reflective of the universe inside of us, and that we are connected to the divine, that we are a manifestation of the divine, of the universe, and we are all one. And so I love that mantra. We use it throughout all of our practices. We finish by singing Sat Nam, chanting Sat Nam at the end of our practices. And so today is Sat Kriya. This is a complete set of movement, and it is all about breath. It is about connecting the breath and the pelvic floor. It is about completing a circuit of our whole body and really harnessing that Kundalini energy, that latent power that is in our pelvis, that beautiful light that is us, capital S, self, and letting it rise up through our body. This stimulates and vibrates through all of our chakra centers, and it really kind of gets the blood pumping. It gets that circulation flowing. I often do this in the afternoon, say on a really rainy afternoon like we're having in Michigan today. It's kind of dark and dreary. It's a little bit cool. It's raining. I don't know if you can hear it on my roof. It's a beautiful sound. But those days where you want to just kind of curl up and go take a nap, but you still have stuff to do. So this is a great way to kind of bring that pep back, to kind of wake yourself back up, to kind of reconnect and restart your body and your day. So simply, I like to sit on my heels for this because this involves pelvic floor contraction, and I really like to have my hips lifted higher than my knees. That makes the pelvis, that brings the pelvis into a little bit different of a position, which allows us a more ready access to our pelvic floor muscles. So I am in Virasana. Let me scoot myself back a little bit onto my carpet. And I just stick a block underneath my hips and just sit back on it. You can just sit on your heels, or if you want to, you can do this in a chair, or you can do it standing. I find that standing is a little bit more challenging to activate the pelvic floor, but you do you. You find what works for you. My teacher Guru Singh always says, we do our best and are happy with it. And this practice is all about finding what works for your body. So for me, this is what works. I'm sitting on a block, sitting on my heels. The next part of this is our Mudra, and usually on Wednesdays we talk about mudras, and so this one I love because it crosses midline twice actually, and when we cross midline, that allows our brain to function a little differently. It sends signals a little bit differently. It stimulates it in a different way, kind of like music. Music goes through different pathways in the brain, and so when we cross midline, that is an important activity for our body. Or when we move in opposition, like opposite hand and knee, things like that, that crosses the midline of our brain. And that's super important for our cognitive development, to keep ourselves fresh and alert and keep that brain functioning at its highest level. So I simply bring my hands together, and actually let's do palms down. Cross right over left. Palms come together and we interlace the fingers, so there's that second cross, and then pointer fingers come out. Good. I like to keep my thumbs even, and then our arms come overhead. So I'm reaching my shoulders up. I'm not squeezing my arms to my ears, but they're connected to my head. So let me do that one more time, because you'll notice how when we do this cross midline twice, our brain goes, what? So palms come out face down, right arm over left, palms come together and we interlace the fingers, pointer fingers to the straight out, and then our arms reach overhead. Good, and so that's going to be our mudra. And then the last part is our mantra. In this Sat Kriya, it simply uses Sat Nam. And it's an inhale on Sat, it's an exhale on Nam. Nam, 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 Nam. Sounds kind of weird the first couple of times, but we, again, settle into it. And I love Kriyas that really focus the breath with, oftentimes when we use that pulsing breath or segmented breath, because that forces our monkey mind to get out of the way. And we can regulate with our nervous system, which is the way we really need to do. Breathing is a reflex, and so we need to just kind of get out of our own way and let our body take over and do the work it needs to. So we inhale on Sat, and we exhale on Nam. And it's just kind of a whisper. And as we inhale, we lift the pelvic floor, we draw the navel up and in. And as we exhale on Nam, we soften it down. So it's Nam, 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 Nam. And that's what we do. And so we're going to do this for approximately 2 minutes. I'm going to get my timer going so we don't have to think too hard about it. Rest when you need to. Hands can come down to our lap. They can just rest together at our heart if we need to take a break. Do that. Take a break. Listen to your body. See what happens when you get into this. And there will come a point where your monkey mind is like, you're going to pass out or something like that. And this isn't right. Take a moment and ask yourself, but what if I do it just one more round? And then see. And if the answer is like you're going to pass out, then stop, obviously. Or maybe we step into that regulating of our system that shifts, which is one of the purposes of this, one of the intents of this. So find our mudra, right over left. Interlace our fingers together, pointer fingers out. Arms reach overhead. Let me clear my throat. Good. And let's take a breath in and out, and begin on the inhale. Keep going. Remember to lift the pelvic floor on the inhale with Sat, release on the exhale with Nam. Follow your own breath. Reach through the fingers, reach through the arms and the shoulders, reach through the crown of the head. Keep going, we're almost there. Settled into the rhythm. One more. Inhale. Hold and reach. Feel the belly expand. Reach through the shoulders and the fingertips. Hold the breath. Retain it. Digest that oxygen that we have just built up, that extra storage of oxygen in our body. Digest. Exhale, release the hands. Release the breath and just breathe here for a moment. Palms rest face up. Whew, feel that circulation, feel that altered state of awareness It's like everything is a little bit brighter when I'm done with that. The rain is a little bit louder. The lights are a little bit brighter. And that is Sat Kriya. So enjoy that. Take advantage of it. Practice it. See what you think about it. Let me know how it feels. And I will see you next time around. Have a beautiful day. Sat Nam.